Good evening. Tonight is Thursday, 9/11. I'm Ann Horner, here to chair the facilities meeting. Let's begin with roll call to my left.
Linda Stone, School Board.
Nicole Khan, School Board.
Bob Hickey, School Board.
Matthew McCarthy, Tech Integration.
Yota Piley, School Board.
Tracy Osecki, School Board.
Andrea Mangold, District Communications.
Tony Rapp, Director of Business Administration.
Joe Hidalgo, School Board.
Michael Roosevelt, School Board.
I would like to take a moment to thank all of our staff, our teachers, administration, and community members for participating in the many events today across the district in remembrance of September 11th. We will never forget. We have one public comment, and since we already just had our finance, is the board okay that we let to have the one comment go ahead before we go into our agenda? Okay.
I thank you very much. And again, I did look at the agenda, and probably most of you know what my message is. And it wasn't dealing with snow removal or de-icing, but again, Cheryl Clinton-Stills, lifelong resident of Newtown Borough. Again, thanks to the board administration for your work and the opportunity to speak. And I'm also grateful that you canceled last week's meeting so I wouldn't have to miss any because I appreciate that. Welcome to all of you to a new school year. 2025 continues as another school year begins. 2025 is a perfect number. Mathematically, a perfect number is a number multiplied by itself. In this case, 45. With each new year, Council Rock sets high expectations, strives for perfection. The district goal is to keep students always first. With that goal, CR strives for perfection. Facilities, classrooms, offices are a component of this goal. Keep heading forward, I urge you. Strive for perfection with those RFPs, which when Mrs. Horner spoke to me, that again, they're coming for Newtown Elementary, Holland Middle School, and of course, this building dear to my heart, Chancellor Center. Chancellor deserves to be preserved to perfection. I appreciate your continued efforts, appreciate your school year, and I want you to know that this was not AI generated. So I thank you for all of it.
Thank you.
Joe, the Phillies are tied right now. Tony's wife will not come in because she's listening to the game.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for being here.
And Dr. Senko has come back into the room. So we want to make
Thank
sure we
you.
noted that.
Thank you.
And I'll turn it over to Mr. Rapp.
Thank you, Ms. Horner. Before we get started, a reminder that for the most accurate and reliable information concerning our district, please refer to resources, websites, and social media platforms managed by the Council Rock School District. We advise the community to exercise caution when relying on the accuracy of social media and ask the community to verify any social media content in the district for accuracy. If you question what you are seeing, need a fact check or additional details on a matter, please reach out to the district directly. Our contact information is readily available on our website at www.crsd.org. So tonight's facilities agenda, we have 4 items. The ABM use of facilities fees, bids we received for the district mail van replacement, snow removal and de-icing services bid, and the bids we received for the salt and de-icing materials bid. First item on the agenda is the ABM facilities use fee. So we have, there's a policy, a use of facilities policy, and part of that policy is that we set fees for the users of our buildings. And those buildings, and that the fees are to be set by the board. So we're looking to increase our fees for what we pay ABM to open our buildings for when groups need to use our indoor facilities. These fees are set up only to be cost neutral to the district. So we just renewed our contract with ABM, and that includes some hourly increases for these fees. One of those is, so these fees for the current year increase, the current year and next year increase from $30 an hour to $35 an hour. Next year, 2 years from now, they'll increase to $38 per hour, and if we take the optional year contract, they'll increase to in 28-29 as an optional year, they would increase to $38 an hour, along with 27-28, the third year of the contract. And then in 2029, the second optional year, they would increase to $40 an hour. And again, this is strictly to meet the cost that ABM bills the district to open these buildings. So if we have a basketball group that we have come in and use their building on the Saturdays, we have to pay ABM to come open it up, stay there while they are using the facility, and then clean up and lock up after they're done. So these fees are so that it doesn't cost the district this money, it's charged to the groups that are using it. And again, this is only to bring it in line with the current ABM contract, and all other fees will remain the same. So we need to ask you to approve increasing these fees to match the ABM contract with I guess it should be clear that is our custodial contract for all of our buildings.
Ms. Oseki?
So, I have a concern that I've heard from constituents that, a lot of the organizations that use our buildings are nonprofits, and, it's a struggle for them to afford these fees. And, at the same time, we can't eat the fees, right? Like, it's not our job to eat the fee. But especially having this planned out through 2030 is like really helpful. And so I would like it to, if we do approve this, then I would like maybe on the facility's homepage, or when somebody rents the space, they have an understanding of, okay, well, these, just so whoever's renting the space in 2025, just so you know, in 2026, it's gonna go up, in 2027, it's gonna go up, and here's what it's going to go up, so that they can plan. Because a lot of these organizations that use our facilities, it's a stretch for them to make it work. And again, I don't think we should be eating it, but just for their own purposes for planning.
We can post that
Yeah.
if it's not already posted. I think the fee's already posted. What you see in front of you is not posted, but I think our fee rate is posted.
The current fee rate or like the future?
Your ask is for the future. I
Yes,
think the current is posted. We
my
can
ask
post-
is for that the future rates to be not just public, because I know, technically this meeting is public, but for them to be front and center.
And just even the use fees that we charge for usage, they're not designed to be like money makers
Right.
for the district. It's just basically to say, people are using the facilities, that's causing wear of the facilities, and not major wear, but it's wear of the facilities. So, eventually we're gonna have to replace those facilities. So just paying for your use of the facility, not for the district to make money off of using the facilities. And we do have two rates. We do have a for-profit group rate and a not-for-profit group rate, which are less.
Mr. Hidalgo?
Yeah, so can you talk to the disclosure that is there on the slide on the bottom?
So we put that on all of our slides to show that, every slide that we put out now, we put that on there so that if it ends up somewhere on social media to say that whatever you're saying in the committee meetings is
Could be changed, right?
Could be changed.
We haven't voted on it. So is this something that's going to be added to the agenda this next?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone else? Ms. Khan?
So just kind of summary. So I know in the past, like PTOs will use buildings and they pay the nonprofit building fee, I forget, somewhere around $5 or $500. And then we have to usually pay the ABM price again for the use of the facility, so ABM can come open, they clean and do all of those things. Do you know who sets like the rate of how many ABM facilities are needed and used? I know it's based upon how long the event is and how big the space is. Again, is that information,
It's
or is it just a set,
it's usually just one person.
just one person?
Yeah.
Okay, so not like, if we use like the high school gymnasium, it's not usually more than one person? So just one ABM person per hour?
Yes, because the majority of it is unlocking and locking the building, and that's the main function. And, you know, they're gonna clean up, but it's not gonna be like a full scrubbing floors and everything.
Right, but I know in the past when, I know of schools that have had events, the PTOs have paid for the fees for the ABM custodial staff to be open because it's beyond school hours. So let's say to come in and clean the gymnasium, we paid hourly rates
So
on a weekend.
I think the contract states 1 hour before and 1 hour after. An hour before to set up and an hour after cleanup. So if you're to rent the building, a classroom, the gym, from 12 to 3, we would be paying ABM 11 to 4.
We as in,
We as in who's ever renting it. Well,
Okay,
really,
gotcha.
whoever's renting it pays the
Gotcha,
district,
yeah.
the district pays ABM.
okay, and the increase is just to cover the cost with ABM, so it's kind of a break-even situation.
Yes,
Okay.
as far as this cost.
We were very mindful, we don't want to raise prices
Right.
when we don't have to, because as Mrs. Oseki said, a lot of the folks that use the buildings, they're Council Rock people, Council Rock kids.
Absolutely.
We want to make the facilities available to them, but also, as Mrs. Oseki said, that, you know, we can't eat that cost. And if their costs are going up, we're just trying to keep it at a net zero.
Will we then be proactive, as Ms. Oseki, I know, I appreciate the idea of putting it on the website, but also proactive to those, let's say, reoccurring organizations that use them, to notify them, so when they're budgeting, let's say, a basketball league or different PTOs that might be using, give them this information ahead of time or pushed?
Yeah, there are some folks that routinely use our buildings, historically for a long time have used our buildings and our fields. That would be easy to inform them. One-offs will be more difficult.
Right.
That we don't know, so.
If we could give the regular folks just kind of the heads up, just it is.
We can ask
But-
Jess to have Angela send it this schedule.
One idea might be that, if there's a contract that says like, I'm gonna be renting it from this time to this time, then you could just put it like at the bottom, just like FYI, the next 5 years, these are our hourly rates, or, something like
And
that.
so the way we have software that, it's self-serve software for the most part, that they go in and sign up for, buildings. I'll see if we can get that put on there so that they can say that, some type of notice that in 27, 28, the fees are gonna go up to $38, and 29, 30, they could possibly go up to 40.
And that could easily be better than what I said, Tony, because then the one-offs would get it when they do the facility use for it.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
The next item on the agenda is to replace our district mail van. We received 5 bids. We ended up throwing out 2 bids because they refused to provide a required bid bond. A bid bond is money that they put up beforehand to guarantee that if they fail to meet the timeline or the product that they promised, that they would, that they would forfeit that money. So two of our, and, you know, it's like, in this day and age with, you know, the supply chain problems that have been occurring, especially in the automobile industry, we're very, very determined that any vendor that wants to bid on a product for us, that they provide these, provide a bid bond. So we're going to replace a 2007 Ford 250 cargo van, F-250 cargo van with 171,000 miles. The KBB value is $1,149. If we wanted to get it repaired so that it could pass inspection, it would cost more than the value of the van, apparently way more. So we received the 5 bids. We're recommending awarding it to Sands Ford for $48,571. That includes, that's the lowest price, and it also includes trading in the old van for $500, so we don't have to deal with disposing of that. We're looking to get this in December of 2025 before the old van needs to be inspected. And this was open bid for, you know, anyone that wanted to bid on it.
Any questions?
And the van provides mail service to all of our buildings, so all our mail basically comes in most of it comes into one location, and then they get it out, and they're also taking packages out to buildings, doing different things like that. So just to give you an idea, real quick, this is pictures of our current van. You can see the body's rusted on the bottom here and over here, here as well. Sorry, you just shine that in your eyes.
I can give them a torch right outside.
If you want to see it, we can go outside and look at it. So that's where we're at with the mail van. The next item on the agenda is the snow removal and de-icing services bid. It's our usual bid scope of work as to provide snow removal and de-icing at the listed schools. I think she set the alarm.
Yes, it will be big. Maybe we'll have some visitors here shortly.
We received 4 bids on Tuesday, August 26th. These contractors work very closely with the district facilities team to complete the snow removal task. We looked at the vendors, and we based it on the lowest hourly rate per school. So they did, some of these vendors had, they had lower prices depending on the school, and that's due to the travel distance from their shop. So that's why, you know, 4B Construction Group had different rates for the schools that they did not earn the award on. Same with effluent retrieval. So that's why there's different rates. But we went with the lowest rate based on the school. So when we typically have 2 vendors provide this services because of the timeliness of removing snow.
Mr. Secchi?
I'm wondering why Goodnose not on the list and the Star Center is not on the list.
Richmond Elementary.
Yeah, Richboro Element,
Well,
well,
there's only 10 listed.
yeah,
Yes, those are, so we
we do that.
do
ourselves.
those schools ourselves.
Okay.
So if it's not on here, it's that means that facility is taken care of completely by district personnel.
Transfer.
We don't have enough district personnel to do
Yeah.
every building. I mean, we do have district personnel working at every building, but to do them all from top to bottom, we don't have that ability.
Mr.
Are these the same that we used last year by chance, or are they just completely different?
I know effluent retrieval was, I don't know about 4B.
We've
I was just
used
curious.
4B for many years, we've
Okay.
used retrieval for many years.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Anything else?
The last item on the agenda in the wintry theme is assault and de-icing materials bid. You know, this is where we have to accept the lowest bid. We received 8 bids on Tuesday, August 26th. Award is based on estimated quantities from previous years. We'll issue purchase orders for these supplies. We are awarding it to 4 different vendors, based on so we go out to bid for several different products. So again, this is based on whoever provides the best product, the lowest price for that specific product. So, 50-pound box is $8.97 from Imperial Bag. Safety Salt, 50-pound bag is a box, the first one's a box, the second one's a bag, and Safety Salt is a bag at $11,520, and bulk rock salt per ton more than salt at $19,477.50. So that's who we're awarding these products to.
So,
And we did not receive any bids for all-purpose sand.
Why do we have boxes versus bags versus
Uh,
that huge price difference? I don't,
Well, it's about, you know, where it's kept and
whether you can store
who's
it.
using it, storing it, and who's using it, you know, where it's being used. You know,
And the price difference is with quantity.
yeah, so the price difference isn't based on, like, we're buying more.
You're buying more of that, okay,
Yes.
okay.
so does this mean that the all-purpose sand, you're not getting any of that?
We have nobody that's bid on
Okay,
that.
okay.
So if we need it, we have to
You have to go buy it
go buy it. Well, we can buy it. We can have it delivered and all, but we
Right.
don't have it. So we go out to bid, if we don't get any responsive bids, we can purchase it when.
as needed. Any questions?
I'll ask a silly question just for everybody who's looking at it. One was already covered, the different prices for the same product. So along that line, there's 2 different vendors providing the same product at 2 different prices, meaning we're buying more from one than the other.
Yes,
But why 2 for the same product?
because one's a box and one's a bag.
I think one doesn't provide it in the box.
Okay,
So-
and some areas they want it in boxes, and some areas they want it in bags.
For storage purposes.
So like in this building, although I've seen bags here, they'll put boxes in here when they're at the grounds building, they'll put bags they could dump into their spreaders.
Just wanted to make sure if anybody looking at this, what's the heck's going on?
Yeah, we had the same thing last year. Yeah. I remember this last year, and I remember asking a question last year, and I don't remember what the answer was, so I'm gonna ask it again, so I apologize. Why don't we just figure out who has the cheapest 50-pound whatever and buy all of that from one place? Like, what is the per unit cost for each of these, and why don't we just buy whatever's the cheapest per unit?
Because we are buying the cheapest.
It's the storage.
So we're buying, some of it we're buying in box form, some of it we're buying in bag form.
And
Boxes
price
like
is
they
the
put in
same.
buildings.
Well, the two,
No, look at-
like, look,
No, the
number
three.
one is a 50-pound, or number 2 is a 50-pound bag, number 3 is a 50-pound bag. So like, are they the same cost is the question.
I think it's 2 different things.
Well, they're 2 different products.
Okay, okay.
So I,
Ice melt versus solid.
yes.
What's that?
Right. But they are all different products, and those are the lowest prices for each of the products.
And without going too far, because Jess isn't here, one of the products I think is better and safer for the concrete than the asphalt.
Counselor.
And that, the upcoming agenda items is the Chancellor Center Architectural Services, and Construction Management Services. We're interviewing, we're, looking at the various proposals and trying to come up with who we'd like to recommend to the board.
Any other questions? All right, then we will adjourn.
Yay.